Good morning, guys. Welcome to the vlog. Today, another exciting day, continuing working on the album. And I need to hurry up because there's some guitar recording happening today. Walk the mile, we walk alone, trying to find our way home. You don't have to stay. Quick change of plans. My guitar player didn't have any time today, so have to switch it up and visit him tomorrow and get like the final guitar parts for the new songs. Right now 17 of the album are at least as drafts in my computer. More than I might actually need for an album, but it's good, so I can have like 2 or 3 spare ones as single releases up front or later on, or just whenever I feel like just not release them at all. It's kind of a little annoying as a producer to be dependent on other people, but that's just the way it is. There is no way a single person can be a really good producer, a really good singer, a songwriter, guitar player, trumpet player. That just doesn't exist. Making a song is always a group effort, always collaborating. Even if it's just one name on the record, I can promise you that at least like 3 or 4 people actually worked on it. At least like for the bigger pop and also EDM stuff actually. So if you check out the credits of a Guetta song, for example, there are at least like 4 or 5 people on it. Every single Kygo, Martin Garrix song, at least the pop ones that are played on the radio, there are plenty of people involved making it happen, because you need for every single piece the best person and not one person that can do everything a little. But this way I at least had time today to spend like the first 4 hours on the About You song. I came up with an entirely new drop. I already played you 2 drop versions. Let me play to you actually like the third one. It's the catchiest, but usually the catchier a song is, the cheesier it also starts to be. So I'm not sure about it. I think I'm still like in the catchy cool part and not catchy cheesy, but I might have to put some more effects on the vocal chops. But let's just play it. I'll be on the move, 'cause most of my life it was all about you. I think it's not bad, but I'm still not 100% certain. I think I will do at least 2 more versions and then compare all of them and see which one is best, or maybe combine them and make just something entirely different. I don't know, but that's like the status at the moment, like just thinking about the songs, changing things, waiting a week, again, checking if it's better or worse, and like back and forth. I mean, you know the deal, version A, B, C, D, it's like endless. So yeah, now I'm a little lost for the rest of the day. I actually expected to have all of the guitar bits and pieces and be able to finish another song. Now that I don't have them, I don't know, like, that's the only annoying part as a producer. You depend on other people sometimes. I mean, I can play the piano like good enough, like to play chords and simple melodies. I can like strum a guitar, play simple melodies on the guitar, but they just don't sound really accurate. And I then have to correct a lot in the computer, which doesn't sound really natural. So it's better to get someone else to actually do it for you. And a lot of people always ask me if you can become a music producer not knowing anything about music, and my simple answer would be definitely no, because you have to know music theory at least a little. You need to know what keys are, you need to know the scales of the keys, so which notes you can actually play to a key of a song. You need to know about grooves, rhythms, tempos, but all of that is really basic stuff. It doesn't have anything to do with classic music. Like the foundation of every song are the chords for pop music, electronic dance music, hip-hop music. It's always the same, almost. It's like very, very similar. Like 90% of all hits have the same chord progression actually. I'm sure you know this famous video where they play the same chords over like 100 different tracks, and it always fits. Find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. And then you just need to know for what kind of key, which ones you can play on top. And that's basically it. You need to be able to hear if something is wrong. but you actually don't need to be able to play an instrument. I can't play an instrument, at least not live in front of an audience. I can play a little here and there, which is enough for a music producer, but you don't actually need to be able to play an instrument. But you should know the basics of music theory. You should be able to hear if something is wrong. And of course, as always, the more you know, the better, because you as a producer, you overlook the entire project. It's your task to make sure that it works, and you have the last call on every single decision, and you need to make sure that it's right. And if you don't know things, if you don't know, the vocalist can actually add vibrato and make things like more interesting. If you don't know about it, there's no way you can tell them to actually do it. They might do it on their own, but if you know about it, you will hear for it, and just like broaden your perspective on every kind of instrument, on every single aspect of music production. You need to know a little bit, at least, about mixing. Because if you've never mixed a song, you won't know which kind of parts have to be in the song to fill certain frequencies. Same vocal editing, vocal production, tuning instruments, and like there are a million of things you have to worry about finishing an entire song and make it actually work. And for all the ones that don't have a clue about music theory, can't play an instrument, and still want to be a music producer, don't worry, just get started and you will learn these things that you will need to make a good song along the way. Same with me. I couldn't play the piano. I didn't know anything about music theory. If you go back to my really early songs, they're so simple. Just some of them are techno tracks that consist of like 1 to 3 notes, and it still kind of works. I mean, this way you are a way more technical music producer than a musical one. And if you want to make pop music, you should be a more musical producer than for techno music, where it's more about sound design and like making weird stuff just kind of work, and a lot about mixing. But still, even as a techno producer, knowing music theory at least a lot won't hurt, because there are a lot of techno tracks that put the percussions in a different key, and it just sounds off to everyone that has a feeling for it. And I think most people have a feeling for it, but some don't. And sometimes these that don't are actually music producers. So yeah, get your music theory straight, and a little bit of like playing keys and knowing if it works or not will definitely help you. Now, I think I will just maybe spend the next 4 or 5 hours just mixing 2 songs off the album, because they actually have all of the elements in there, the musical ones, but they still sound like shit. So let's get that done. I have to say, this right here is by far the best place to just check emails and do business stuff instead of sitting in the studio. I mean, it's nice, it's beautiful, but when the sun is shining like this, I actually prefer sitting here and just like enjoying the view and write emails. This way the emails don't feel that boring and annoying. But today I actually just got an email with someone telling me that they are not anymore interested in one of my songs. I told you a couple of weeks ago that a major label and 2 like big EDM labels are interested. 1 out of those 3 asked me to change things in the songs. I changed it, and now they like it, but still not enough to actually release it. So I have to try it somewhere else, and worst case, still got my own label, so it's not such a big bummer actually. But it's still always annoying to get rejected no matter what, but it also sometimes really motivates me to just make it better. If people don't really like what I do, it's either because they're weird, maybe it's not their taste, but maybe it's just not me doing things good enough. So I will just go back and improve it.
You don't have to stay. You don't have to stay.
Really quick, back at home, making dinner, eating, then going back outside again. It's just way too beautiful. Drinks with friends, getting drunk as crazy, and tomorrow another episode here on this channel. Sign out.
You don't have to stay. You don't have to stay.